Well, we've talked about all the Fire Emblem games released in North America thus far, but I'm not quite finished with the series just yet. See, there's one thing that I failed to mention. There is a Fire Emblem piece of media that actually did make it to North America, one that had it not been released here, the series may never have crossed over to our shores game-wise. I am of course talking about the Fire Emblem anime series. Yes, the very first Fire Emblem media in North America wasn't the best-selling GameCube game of all time. No, it was the Japanese Fire Emblem anime, or to be more generic, a cartoon, released in VHS in 1997 in North America. You see, during the 90s, every video game series had a cartoon adaptation. Remember the epic Super Mario Bros. Show?
We don't have anything he wants!
Yes, we do! A tanker full of spaghetti sauce!
Or how about the poetic Legend of Zelda?
Hey! Excuse me, princess!
Or how about the masterful Street Fighter? But seriously, can you even name one video game cartoon that was actually good?
Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
Okay, I stand corrected. Well, a series like Fire Emblem of all things seems like a perfect match for a TV show, so how does this one hold up? Well, let's move 5 spaces forward and find out. So the show begins without any sort of introduction or explanation for some reason, as we see Marth, Jagan, and Marth's sister Ellis running away. They try to escape the enemy troops, but end up trapped in a room with broken stairs.
Mars. Take this.
Oh, and before you leave a complaint, no, that's not a mistake. Yes, Marth is called Mars here. Remember, this came out before Melee, so the translation here is Mars.
Mars!
Hey, Mars. Prince Mars.
Prince Mars!
Mars! Mars!
Prince
Yes.
Mars.
In fact, a few characters have their names changed and said differently, like Shida, Oguma, and Navarro. This was years before Shadow Dragon made any of their names official, so no, it's not a mistake, it's the original translation.
Mars. Take this. For good luck.
Well, clearly knowing how Marth got his tiara was so essential to the plot. Actually, come to think of it, why the hell did he even wear a tiara in the games in the first place? By the way, if that voice sounds familiar to you, it's because Marth is voiced by Spike Spencer.
Stupid Shinji.
And guess what? Marth is a wimp here too. Well, what do you expect from a man wearing a tiara? So Mars, it's only gonna get more confusing, we might as well just call him that, readies his blade to make his final stand. Wait, no, wait, no. Okay, I know in the game that the warp staff can teleport someone, but they also couldn't teleport more than one person. Besides, if she can save more than one person, why didn't she save herself?
What? You must survive, my brother.
Alice, no.
It is a time before time. Once 7 nations shared the Acanian continent with the kingdom of Saint Acania at their center. Now, however, the gods of war and madness have descended upon this land, and the country of Derhua, led by Medius, the Dragon of Darkness, has colluded with Garnef, ruler and supreme priest of the Khadin, to destroy the central kingdom. Their victory was swift and terrible. Having reduced the once mighty capital of Acania to rubble and ash, the Derhuan forces swept forward like a wave of steel. Now even the kingdom of Arisha, inheritors of the strength and the will of Henri the Great, has fallen at the feet of the army of night. A golden age of peace has been swallowed by the demons of darkness, and now Medius, Garnef, and Death rule half the world.
Oh, now they're gonna explain the backstory. You know, guys, it works just a little bit better. Just a little bit better If you explain, oh, I don't know what the hell is going on before the show begins. Just a little bit before the show begins. Anyway, 2 years later, we see Mars safe and sound when we hear about his ancestor with his love interest, Sheeta.
He was the boldest of men, the mighty Henri. The mighty Henri.
I adore this ballad. Don't you wish that Henri the Great was alive today?
And then a deer gets shot. Okay. So we see a flashback where Mars refused to kill a deer, and then his father hits him. It's actually a pretty effective scene that developed Mars's character, even if it is poorly transitioned.
You probably didn't hear a word I said, did you?
Sorry, but I'm listening now.
Never mind.
But... I'm sorry, Sheeta. I really am.
There's no need for you to apologize, Prince Mars. Everyone in Tellus knows that you're always daydreaming or in a lousy mood or just being stupid.
I said I was sorry.
Big deal! I skipped my sword lesson just to be with you today, and you act like I'm not even here.
Sword fighting? Okay, this is one of those changes that they made to the show. She never uses a sword. In fact, she never even holds a sword. She uses a lance. And she's not very good at that either. Daddy spent good money on you, honey. Dumbass. Cut to Mars and Sheeta entering the castle's basement.
Sheeta? Huh?
I mean, horse! And then upskirt shot of an underage girl.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Stay classy, Japan. So Sheeta invites Mars to stay for dinner, but Mars decides not to.
The head cook says it's okay, so I'm going to make you the best dinner you ever had.
I'm, sorry. I think I'd just better leave.
Huh?
Wow, Mars is kind of a douche. I mean, what would Spike Spencer say to him?
Man up, you little biatch.
So we cut to another flashback as Mars' father Cornelius is betrayed by Gra.
We've been betrayed! The forces from Gra have turned and attacked us from behind!
What? Are you sure, man?
Yes, it was so sudden that our forces were completely overwhelmed. I'm sorry, sire.
Curse those Grand traitors! I'll make them suffer from this!
Oh, grit and I taste so hard they'll never know what hit on. Seriously, dude, just emote a little bit. So Cornelius goes off to face Garnet alone.
What black magic is this? Only Kadeen wields such power.
Only the bloodline of Henri may wield such terrible acting. Seriously, dude, just a little bit. Please, for me, please, me.
Correct. I am the supreme priest of Kadeen, God.
Not true. That's impossible!
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
So Darth Vader kills Cornelius in a pretty epic action scene. That lasts about 5 seconds.
Stop acting like
Weak.
a child, Prince Mars.
Cut to Mars and his knights where we meet Gordon.
Kane is right! We must join up with Princess Nina and go to war for the liberation of Orisha and the entire world!
Don't be so rash, boy.
God, I hate this little turd. He's like the Pauly Shore of Fire Emblem. Irritating and makes you want to drown puppies.
5 points!
So Mars and his knights are discussing their next course of action in the war when all of a sudden...
Oh! My lords!
What is it?
It's Tellus! The city's on fire!
On fire?
These transitions... just... wow! So we cut to where the game begins as Sheeta flies over to Mars.
Mars! The pirates!
Pirates? Oh, what fearless master of the sea would dare attack Tellius?
But unfortunately, there's this dirty great sea monster in the way.
I think they just add those onto maps for decoration.
Is that a fact?
So we see the pirates who are wielding swords, not axes like they do in the game, as the Orisha Knights charge.
Onward, Orisha Knights, and recapture Talon!
Holy sh! In the last scene, Drog was normal size, and now he's massive? Is he like the Hulk of the Fire Emblem series or something? Drog, smash! Cut to Mars and the Knights arriving at the castle where Sheeta gets captured. Of course.
Your Highness!
Prince Mars, forget about me. Sheeta, protect Sheeta.
Yes, forget me, the old stupid fart that I am, and save my daughter. Oh, and don't think of taking her Pegasus Knight and her Lance Ether to help her. You have to be thinking to do that.
So Mars fights the pirate until...
Hold it right there! Stay back, or I'll cut off her pretty little head. Drop your sword, hero.
No, Mars, don't do it!
Go on, drop it!
Mars!
Now, on your knees. I'll show you what happens to heroes.
Mars!
Wait, how did he fall down? He just socked him so hard that he knocked him back. Also, how is the pirate leader right next to him? He fell the opposite way. So Mars gets up and faces the pirate until...
It's all over now, boy.
Are you okay?
Well, that was Anton.
Good one. And now you die.
Get up, Mars! Get up!
Step away, girlie. I'm gonna chop this little toad into mincemeat. Hit him! Don't move.
Oguma!
Thankfully, the captain of the guard Oguma, Bars, Board, and Cord all come in the nick of time to save Mars and Sheeta.
Where do you think you're going, old man?
And I hope you enjoyed those 5 seconds of Bars, Board, and Cord because you never see them again.
Father! Father!
Daughter! Prince Mars, I can't thank you enough for saving my city and my daughter.
Even though Oguma saved you both, but we're going to video game speech now. Seriously, it's almost word for word the same as it is in the video game.
Hear me, Mars. The result of future battles will be decided by your leadership. Find allies, colleagues who will fight beside you.
Aye. So Sheeta is upset about not leaving with Mars, and we find out just why.
I know you remember the day they first came here. King Cornelius was an old and dear friend, but even I was hesitant in giving his son shelter. Medius is a powerful enemy, and I was loath to endanger our small land. At least, that was how I felt until you begged me to let them stay. The people of Talos were not eager to welcome the Orisha Knights.
And slideshow? There's almost no animation for a minute. All we get is some single frames.
You kept trying to persuade the people to accept these foreigners as kin. Why is that, Sheeta? Tell your old father the truth.
Cut to Mars in a boat.
I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Everybody look at me, cause I'm sailing on a boat!
Where, guess who shows up?
Princess!
I hope you have lots of hay, cause we're coming with you!
So that was episode 1, and wow, I don't know what to say, so I'll say nothing and just move on to episode 2, where we see Navarro running from a bunch of bandits. Look at this guy's expression. Smugness like that must have taken him years to master. Or maybe he was just born with it, I don't know. Wait, if he knew he could kill them, why was he running in the first place? And if you're thinking it's because he didn't want to kill them, there's a scene later where he explains that he's got nothing wrong with killing. So we cut to Mars and his nice liberating Golder from some bandits.
That's enough, Gordon! Let them go!
Let them all go? But Mars!
But Mars, I wanted ice cream! Are you starting to see why I hate this character so much? Are you? After he liberates the town, Marth is thanked by the Elder.
Mars Lowell, heir to the throne of Aricia.
The son of King Cornelius? You are truly he?
Yes.
Prince that inherits the blood.
No, they're still. Did they just run out of money to animate everything?
Grand-père,
huh?
It is not very polite to carry on this way in the middle of the street. Invite them to our house.
Right you are.
Okay, I need to address this right now because these accents are driving me crazy.
Hey, where do you scallywags think you're going?
Princess Sheeta, madam, wishes to see you.
Furthermore, the Aricians residing in the Eastern Fort have already dangerously compromised our situation.
Come, we could make some good money together.
It is not very polite to carry on this way in the middle of the street.
Seriously, why are there so many accents in this one region? Is this like the Canada of Akani or something? Well, anyway, we see Navarro asleep when... Well, moving on. We cut to Julian, who snuck in to see Lena.
Thank you for your kindness, but please take this away.
But why? You haven't eaten for over 2 days.
I am in servitude to my God. I cannot eat that which has been taken from others.
Okay, I'm a Catholic, and even though that I've never actually seen God myself, I'm pretty sure that our Father is not a female divine dragon who carves swords and shields out of her teeth.
I hit it! Dogga, did you see that shot?
Shut up! If I could just reach into that screen and choke your green little neck, I would do it. Oh yes, I would do it. And I would enjoy choking you, squeezing out every little last bit of life in your pathetic body. I would enjoy it very much. Cut to Mars and the Elder discussing saving Lena while Sheeta waits outside.
Princess Sheeta, you really shouldn't worry about them.
But Oguma, that girl is in there. How could I not be worried?
And flashback time. This time it's Oguma's turn, as we see he was tied up for some reason. What?
Don't die. Promise me. Huh? Mars!
we've decided. Tomorrow we're leaving for Orleans through Devil Mountain Pass.
So Mars decides to rescue Lena, and then what the hell is that? Well, whatever it was, Navarro takes it down. The bandits bring in Lena, and a merchant, slave owner, guy thing, I don't know, tries to buy her.
A real Macedonian priestess, huh? How about 3? Huh? Okay, 5 then. All right, you bandit, name your price.
Boss always gets the best price.
So Julian decides to get Lena out of there, but the bandits catch up to them.
Where you going, Julian?
And then Navarro kills them.
But why?
Good question. Let's see what he said. What? What? I swear I didn't mess with that. That's actually what happens. Julian's injured and Lena is captured again. I don't know what to say, people. Cut to Julian where he wakes up and tells Mars he can get him to Lena.
We are the Aretian Knights. We are on our way to Orleans.
Huh?
Another still frame. You know what? Screw it. I'm starting to counter for this. Now we play the waiting game. So Mars and his knights charge into the bandit's hideout with a pretty decent action scene, and then we get about a minute of nothing but still frames.
I think it's time to leave.
Yes, fleeing does seem like the best option, doesn't it?
So the merchant slave guy thing crosses over Navarro and offers him money to be his bodyguard.
How convenient. How'd you like to be my bodyguard? I'll pay you twice what your boss did.
Really?
Uh-huh. Look, all this will be yours if you get me out of here. Hey, wait! If it's the money you want, then take it!
Then we get a line that sounds almost Shakespearean in badassery.
Look at my hands. Look! These hands are stained with death. What's one more murder when you've committed so many? There's no turning back for me now. Not even your god can save my soul, priestess.
Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand?
If you're beyond redemption, then why did you save me?
You know, that's a good question. Why do you keep saving her? Was it because of whatever the hell happened earlier?
No!
No! Cut to Oguma facing the bandit leader where Navarro takes his place. After a pretty jumbled but somewhat awesome one-on-one fight, Sheeta steps in and tries to convince Navarro to join them, just like in the video game.
Stop this now! You're the one called Naval, aren't you? Why are you siding with these evil bandits? Please, stop all of this meaningless fighting.
Step back. This doesn't concern you.
First, tell me why you saved Julian and Sister Lena.
Because I felt like it.
You're lying! If you still intend to use your sword on Oguma, you'd better be prepared to use it on me first.
You call this fighting meaningless. Are you saying that any kind of fighting can be meaningful?
Yes, it can, if your cause is truly a just one.
Interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing what it is that makes it so meaningful to you.
Naval, you traitor!
So he loudly announced that he was going to kill him, after waiting for her to finish speaking? What a nice bandit.
Why? I guess I changed my mind. Again.
So Mars finally arrives at Orleans.
Have courage, Princess Nina. The Orishan Knights are here.
There were many battles yet to be fought, but with the arrival of the Orishan Knights, new hope spread throughout the land. The spirit of Henri the Great had been reborn.
And that's the end of episode 2, and it's a big improvement over the first one. I can't wait to see what the next episode is going to be about. What? Only 2 episodes? That's it? That is all we get? That's it? Well, I guess that's the Fire Emblem anime. How does it hold up? Well, the idea of having a TV show based off of Fire Emblem perfectly matches the series, but who in this day and age would possibly watch a TV series set in medieval times with well-written characters? Okay, point taken. Anyway, this is probably the best show Nintendo has ever made, but that's really not saying much, and honestly, it's not very good for the 90s cartoon standards. It has quite a few issues, not the least of which being the constant still frames, the irritating characters, and the atrocious editing. But that being said, the dubbing is competent, courtesy of most of the voice actors being veterans from Neon Evangelion. The action scenes, when animated, are well done, and it does a decent job of reimagining the first 2 chapters of the first game, while only taking liberties when necessary that mostly pays off. If they had given the show a higher budget and more time, we might have seen something really great come out of this. For what it is, it's decent. If you're a Fire Emblem fan, it's worth at least one viewing. You should be able to find it via Google searches or YouTube. Well, that's it for the Fire Emblem Western Retrospective. Thank you so much for joining me, and... well, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's how to end a retrospective. Next week, Fire Emblem Awakening. Until then, this has been the Fire Emblem Western Retrospective.